All right, so in the last episode, we had to rebuild our vehicle because it fell over. But on the bright side, we finally figured all this out, and we're actually into a new biome. So I think today's episode is going to be dedicated to basically just finding a way around this giant steep hill because our vehicle does not want to climb it for some reason. It seems like we just don't really have the horsepower to get up this. So this looks like it was like the shallowest or less steepest part of this entire area. So what I decided to do is just try to climb up this, and we're going very slow, but we're making progress, and that's what matters, is that we're making progress. So everything looks completely different now. I've actually never been south before. I've only been north, so this whole like arid kind of heated climate is going to be a lot different than what I'm used to. And now that I think about it, my original goal was just to take all these chests, drive them out here, fill them up with whatever we can find, and then take them back. Now that I think about it, we might. The resources are good. And we have the ability to maybe lengthen our journey a little bit. And we could automate some of this. So I'm thinking about doing is kind of setting up a little base camp out here. This looks like it's nothing. Maybe setting up a little base camp, kind of mining away at some of the larger veins, and then hauling it all back. So it looks like we already found some zanite, which is actually extremely hard to find for the most part. Looks like I'm just going to kind of collect all these little nuggets over here, because it doesn't look like there's that much. Looks like things kind of flatten out into a basin. Maybe we should just continue going that way. I'm also kind of scoping out our future path because I don't trust our vehicle's ability to really make it far. So we also got some uranium and titanium, which is really nice. Because the uranium isn't that useful right now because we don't have uranium reactors. But what we do have is some stuff that requires titanium. So what we're also going to do is see if we can collect any of this. And I don't really... Oh, no, that's a Gordilla, so we're going to get out of here. There we go. Took 4 damage, but it's about 100 less damage. Or... It's about 100 more damage that we would have taken if we stayed. We're going to make sure we avoid taking as much damage as possible. Carbon. We got plenty of that back home. I don't really care about much about carbon. Now that zanite is something that is near and dear to my heart. Because when I did the math, it's the one thing we are missing to upgrade us to the max level. Which kind of sucks. So I want to make sure we get as much zanite as possible. We have a lot of silver, but all silver is welcome. Need some more gold. Need some more... just whatever we can find, really. And it looks like there's a lot of zanite out here, which is really nice. I don't know what that was. So I think what the best idea right now is to keep going this way. I think it's going to be the least treacherous path because we're juxtaposed between two giant steep hills that are not climbable to us. And hopefully we can get through here without losing too much control. And then the downside to this is I think our current trajectory is also taking us towards the forest again. I don't know if we're entering a new biome or it was just like this is kind of like a in-between biome or what. But I also have never seen this before, so we're going to go ahead and check this one out. I have no clue what this is. What the fuck? What are you? Okay, take that, spotted day gecko. That was weird. It's nice that all the different biomes have their own kind of creatures, though. I think that's pretty cool. Has their own look. Because it would have been really easy to just kind of make everything essentially the same, but they decided against that. And I do tip my hat to that. So yeah, it looks like we are kind of entering the same as what we were doing before, but also slightly different. Because it looks like they're slightly different trees. I don't know if that's just my computer not being able to render things well anymore or what. Honestly, at a certain point, I don't know if it's really worth coming back to our old base. Oh no, we flipped our vehicle again. Oh boy. Alright, so I think we can do... Can we do it?
My sensors show you are slightly thirsty.
And that, my friends... Oh, too soon. Come on. Show me your will to live, vehicle.
You are well rested.
The problem with the item dispenser is that when I put it on, it didn't put it on right. So the item dispenser has a very specific way it goes on, or it doesn't connect to the thing. And I did not connect it right. So if you go up here and look, it looks like it's not. Actually, it probably was connected to something, and I think I moved the chests, or not chests, but containers, and it broke it. Now what I have to do, yeah, do that. It shows up as connected, it's just not, the inventory is not connected to anything, and it looks like this is literally the worst spot to be in right now. So we're gonna see if hopefully our buggy with the maneuverability of like fucking semi-truck can get up and around this hole. So we're gonna have to like see, it will literally let us up that, but it wouldn't let us up like a 2-foot ledge. As you can tell, I don't really like vehicles. Because really the only benefit for vehicles in games like this is that they hold more stuff. Like, realistically, that's their only benefit. Because, yeah, it looks like we are, like, kind of in an actual sort of warmer jungle now, which is pretty cool. See some new interesting things through there. But as you can tell, I am not very fond. What is that? That's just a giant tree. Not very fond of vehicles because while they do offer more storage space and allow you essentially to go further, because you don't have to rely on...
You are in a well-fed state.
Because you don't have to rely on your inventory to get you places. Because, like, I mean, like, we could have jetpacked through here probably a lot faster, to be honest. It's just by doing that, we only have so much stuff we can carry. We only have so much stuff that we can really live off of, and eventually gets to a point of, like, well, do I want to... As we find some cobalt. And it gets down to the point of, like, well, do I want to, you know, go further, or do I want to go a shorter distance, not find nearly as much, not be able to bring back as nearly as much without dying, or what do I want to do? Because we really wouldn't be able to prepare for anything if we didn't have a vehicle. Because realistically, we would probably just walk like a kilometer and be like, oh, you know, we have everything that we need. Can't really carry anymore. We have to head back. Which is not fun. With this, we're like, you know, 6 kilometers away, not really caring. Because right now, with the resources we have on hand, honestly, there's not much that can... I mean, outside of a freak sort of accident, I don't know if you consider it an accident, but like some sort of like freak situation where it's like, oh, you know, like something took us completely by surprise. There isn't much that could realistically kill us. Like, we're not going to starve, or we're not going to die of thirst. Because we have a compact food and drink machine with a battery that can power easily. We have, you know, ways of getting food, ways of getting water, which I'll probably stock up if I see any. Because we are kind of getting low with our bottles. So, like, outside of some freak thing, I mean, we're really not going to... We don't have that much risk. Like, if you do a risk assessment of our current situation, it is not super high as a Gordillo pops up from somewhere. Oh, fuck no. I literally am like, oh, there's no risk of us dying, and I find a Gordillo, like, immediately. With that being said, though, we're not really thriving, but we are surviving. And I mean, I'm kind of toying with another couple ideas of what we can do with our vehicle, because, I mean, we just saw it's not really great for getting around very quickly. So what I thought about doing is possibly building a, what are they called? Not really auxiliary base. An outpost. Because it looks like down here, our terrain is going to get very treacherous just by, I mean, if you look around, like, you can see, like, the walls are getting kind of steeper. And there's a lot of more crevices, or as Bear Grylls would call them, crevasses. And things just aren't really looking like they want us to continue much further. So what I thought about doing, or what I played around with, the idea of, is maybe creating an outpost up here. Basically what we'll do is, if we're lucky, maybe build a large container, but most likely build a small container, park our vehicle here, and then head out on foot. Then what we can do is, since we can respawn from stasis chambers, we first and foremost have a place that we can respawn from if we die without really having to risk losing that much, because I mean, realistically we could probably build a small network of them. I don't want to know what it can do to our vehicle. Yeah, I don't think they'll do anything. So what we can maybe do is kind of build an outpost, stock up on some supplies, and head out on foot if the road gets too treacherous. But I don't know yet, because I am getting kind of tired of driving this vehicle around. Like, if we're being completely honest, it's just not... I mean, it feels like at every roadblock is just kind of artificially created by our vehicle. You know, it feels like we're making very slow progress, not because, you know... And not because, you know, we're doing bad or anything. It's just realistically... I want to keep that out.
Show you are slightly thirsty.
Why am I thirsty again? Maybe it's because of the terrain. Or because we're in a waterless biome. So what I thought about doing is, maybe if we reach like the edge of something that we can't get around, instead of, you know, going, well, oh well, you know, or trying to get around it, just kind of build an outpost, continue on foot as we get some air. Because back there looked like it would have been an alright place. It just didn't look like a place I really wanted to be very long. So I'm kind of toying around with that idea. I'm kind of toying around with the idea, maybe in a way making a sort of a mining outpost, for lack of a better name. Or we can maybe set up like a mining facility, kind of leave it back, pick up the goodies. There's a lot of things we could do. If you have an idea, leave it in the comments, because I'm kind of impartial. And we're slowly getting to a point. And like, see, like this is what I'm talking about, as I kind of enter a very long rant over something very minor. But I mean, like, our vehicle like can't get past this stuff. Like, our vehicle is just kind of flailing along without any real power or mobility or anything. And it's like, if I did this on foot, in a way, kind of shows off the problem with, I guess, kind of the way they designed this game. You know, if I did this on foot, probably could double our distance very easily. See, we've kind of entered another area. See, like, this is like what I'm talking about. It's just like we're not getting anywhere. So what I think what we're going to do, destroy these rocks. Is we're going to try to make our way essentially to where that tree line is. And we're going to set up a temporary base. That's why our vehicle is not going anywhere. It makes sense now. For some reason, this wheel is not turning at all. I don't really know why. I think only our right wheel is currently doing anything. All right, we're stuck, so I'm going to go ahead and call it an episode. Thank you guys for watching. And the next episode, hopefully, will be over by that tree line. We'll make ourselves a nice little outpost to kind of alleviate the problems that we've been having with our vehicles. And we will continue on this journey on foot because this is getting really, really frustrating to do in a vehicle. So my name is iMissTooMuch, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Peace out.